Welcome in. It's the PHNX Cardinals halftime show here at Gila River Resorts and Casinos at Wild Horse Pass. I'm Johnny Venerable. It's the playmaker, Britton Golden. And Britton, we had a pretty nice first half up until the final seconds. Josh Dobbs, an errant throw, a forced throw that led to an interception, missing Michael Wilson wide open. We're going to talk about that, potential QB change. The officiating was trash. I mean, it was a half that, again, the Cardinals controlled at times, yet shot themselves in the foot multiple times.
Yeah, it hurts because you felt like they had that first opening drive was something that we haven't seen in so long.
Yeah.
And they moved the ball. They got downfield. It was efficient. They got in the end zone. It looked like it was going to be really good off rip. And then the next few series, which weren't really bad. It's not like they were just really bad series. It just didn't convert on third down and fourth down. And that last possession was, I don't know, that throw is something that you can't even speculate. I don't know how to talk about it.
I mean, like, we've been big defenders of Joshua Dobbs, even on the broadcast. Like, so lucky they made this trade, and then you see throws like that, and it's just like he makes us all look stupid. Like, he makes us look dumb as football fans. I don't want to see Clayton Tune in this game. I don't think he's ready. But, like, Joshua Dobbs did the bare minimum that half to be able to keep this job en route to Kyler Murray returning in 2 weeks. Like, and that's the frustrating part is the Cardinals, I posted this on Twitter, Cardinal fans are being asked to endure this because you see games like this. This is a winnable game with Kyler Murray. This is a winnable game with, like, Gardner Minshew. With the way this defense is playing, the run game looks good. DeMarcado had a good first half. Trey McBride, Hollywood Brown. The biggest deterrent on this team right now is the quarterback play, and it's just like Cardinals are just kind of, kicking their feet up like, yeah, guys, this is what it is for the time being.
Yeah, and like you said, this is, as bad as you want to think about it, it started off and what it looked like in the first half. This is a winnable game with Josh Dobbs at quarterback.
That's right.
You just have to make the throws that you're supposed to make. You can't throw a slant route and it's 10 yards over the top of your receiver's head. That's quick game. Yeah. That's something that's
and he was open.
Everything wide open. So I don't know. I know that we don't. I mean, at this point, you might as well put Tune in. I mean, I get this. If it looks bad opening second half, do it.
I mean,
bench him. Put him in.
They see it at practice. They've seen Tune in practice for the last 6+ months. They must feel like he's not even close to being ready.
I don't know.
I mean, the Cardinals, they're doing it defensively. I know they gave up the touchdown. Ravens 9 for 28 on the ground. Like, this is a Ravens team that wants to run the football. Lamar Jackson, efficient, 12 of 18. The defense was going to hold them to 7 points. If you don't throw that interception, if you're Joshua Dobbs, it's another stellar half of football for this defense. Jalen Thompson playing well, Zaven Collins, Budda Baker. With this quarterback play, you're like looking at all those guys in the face. You're basically spitting in their face saying, guys, no matter what you do on the ground with the run game, defensive effort, pass defense looks better since Marco Wilson got yanked. The quarterback play just dictates everything this team's doing right now. And, like, I know it's like, a greater conversation to have, and we talked about it on the pregame show with our Bo Brock. I mean, fans choosing not to come out today, this is why. No one wants to watch inept quarterback play in the NFL. You can have shortcomings as a roster. You can be under 500. You can be rebuilding. The minute you become inept at the quarterback position, people do this. They turn you off. And this Cardinal team, man, they're way better than this. And that's why it's frustrating, most frustrating, Britton, for the players in that locker room.
Oh, it's got to be. And I know who Budda Baker is. I know his character. I know his work ethic. Yeah. I know who he is. And for him to be in this situation over and over where it's just not good play calling, it's bad quarterback play, and they did this, especially with the defense they put on the field this year.
Yeah.
They've been actually consistent outside of some, secondary play, but they've played really well all season long. Yeah. And to be in the lead at halftime in some of these games and then blowing it, or to have, even today, you had a chance to go into halftime with the lead again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a bad throw, and you put your defense back on the field and expect them who just got off to try to make a stop.
Gets get to some of these comments here. DJ Bookie, Kyler coming back next week. He's not. He's coming back in 2 weeks against Atlanta. They don't want to play him against Cleveland on the road. Joshua Dobbs revenge game, although that's laughable if Clayton Tune plays at this rate. Marmol, $5 super chat. Same old defense thriving, offense is shit. Please, Kyler, come back. Hi from Spain. Hello from Spain. Thanks for taking some time to check out the program. Like this video, by the way. I mean, it's incredibly discouraging for Cardinal fans because it's like, how can you? We talked about it on the pregame show. How can you evaluate Hollywood Brown and if you're going to pay Hollywood Brown? Like, Michael Wilson should be in the top 5 in rookie receiving yards just based on his ability to get separation and get open. Your quarterback play has derailed this for the most part this season. And they are 1-6 right now. And if they lose this game, they're gonna have the worst record in the NFL. Like, think about that for a second. They will have the number 1 overall pick because right now via tankathon.com, they're 1-6. Well, Carolina has had a bye. So the Cardinals, by default, if they lose this game, will have the first overall pick in the draft. And, I don't want to hear all the narratives about Caleb and Drake May this week, because we know Kyler's still got a ways to go in practice. They don't want to bring him back yet. So, I don't know, man. This is I know that this is all part of their rebuilding plan. You can't tell me that they thought they'd be in a position like this after 8 weeks.
No, and, I mean, don't get me wrong. Coming into the season, they were, projected to win 0 games. So, the fact that they've come in, the defense has given them an opportunity all season long to be in games and to have opportunities to win games, and they're just not getting any type of help from the offense.
Right.
And it doesn't help them out. And I don't know. I like we said earlier. I don't think it's smart to bring Kyler Murray back against Cleveland. I think you do wait a week, but at this point, the offense just looks bad. Quarterbacks look bad. I mean, and. I'm going to advocate for it now, whether people like it or not. You might as well just put Tune in the second half.
You might.
It can't get any worse.
No, and it
obviously can't get worse.
They might just do it, rip the Band-Aid off, because that interception by Dobbs is just horrific quarterback play. Little Dreezy's, thank you so much, $4.99 super chat. Why, when a good QB come in our house playing like shit, our offense plays like shit? I think we all felt like the defense was going to be able to build upon what they did last week. Jalen Thompson's back in the fold. You've got the home crowd there. You cannot ask for better play from this defense with the limitations they have from personnel standpoint to go out and really they should have only allowed 7 points before the interception. That is so gutting because they talked about it on the broadcast, Britton. Cardinals are one of the worst second-half teams in the NFL. And part of that's been because of the defense. But recently, I don't know, man. If you're part of this defense, how do you get enthused to go out and play knowing your offense has such egregious limitations?
Oh, I mean, it's a tough thing that you have to get yourself mentally ready for. But when you have, like we said earlier, when you have guys like Budda Baker and Jalen Thompson, you got guys like Dennis Gardeck and guys that have been through it, that have been through the fire and know how to get amped up even when you know it's not going to come out on the other side. So, I mean, those guys will come out ready to play. It's just going to be, can the offense find that little bit of fire? Can Josh Dobbs do it? If he's not going to do it, and honestly, that's my thing. If he comes out this first drive and it looks just the same, you got to take him out. Put Tune in the game and let Tune go crazy.
Bo Brock saying QB1 remains Dobbs' job. And again, I think it's, if they weren't so close, I say close for Kyler Murray to return, maybe you'd see what you have with Tune. But, I mean, we got 6 more quarters of Joshua Dobbs. Buckle up. That guy, Angelo, 187 super chat. Thank you so much. Dobbs seems scared to throw downfield. He's had the hiccups since San Francisco.
He is.
Ever since that uneasy game, Britton, against Cincinnati, this is not the same quarterback. And the best thing I can say is, Dobbs, can run the ball effectively. He can do the RPO game. He can check out to some runs. But he is, I think, inarguably, with a Zach Wilson, the most limited passer in the football in the NFL right now.
He's not accurate downfield.
Yeah.
And, I mean, frankly, he hasn't been accurate in the quick game. Yeah. With a slant and quick outs and stuff like that, it's been bad. It's been interceptions. It's been incomplete passes. It's been throws behind receivers, behind tight ends. So, I don't know. I mean, I see it in our offensive line has actually played decent today.
Yeah, they've been fine.
It's so much better than it has been the past 2 weeks. Listen, and for him to not be completing passes right now, it's devastating.
Cardinals have 80 yards rushing roughly. DeMercado, 14 of 60, 4.3 yards per carry. James Conner is going to be back in 2 weeks against Atlanta as well. DeMercado, let's just give him 15 touches this half. And for better or worse, because Dobbs is on pace for 24 passes and 16 completions, but he's averaging a a Colt McCoy-esque 4.6 yards per attempt per completion. His quarterback rating is 42. I mean, it's egregious. Let's get to another super chat here if we could, Damon Dog. It's a super sticker from Shane, $1.99. Thank you so much, Shane. We appreciate the support. Like this video. How do the Cardinals remedy this in the second half? What do they have to do, in your opinion?
I think it's be effective on offense. I want to say complete passes, but I don't know if it's possible.
Yeah.
But I think you got to get the run game involved early. I mean, DeMarco's moving the ball well in the backfield. Keep handing the ball off, letting him move, and try to gain positive yards on first and second down in the run game, and then hopefully it's third and short.
When you get to one of these comments here, Omar in the chat, unpopular opinion, and I don't think it's unpopular, because I think this is where the national narrative is going to go if the Cardinals lose today. I think the Cardinals should tank the rest of the season. The Texans are playing out of their minds, and we expect them to have a top 5 pick. I mean, the Cardinals are 2 quarters away from being linked to Caleb Williams until Kyler Murray comes back. Like, I want everybody buckle up, as Jonathan Gannon would say, because that shit is coming down the pipeline for better or worse. Everybody sees those practice reports, the narrative coming out of Tempe saying Kyler's ready. He's ready to go. Play him. Cardinals, no injury designation. And then the Cardinals don't play him. And now they have the first overall pick if they lose today. That's going to become exponentially louder and hopefully not a distraction for this team, Britton, as we get closer to Kyler Murray's return.
Oh, and that's the biggest thing. And like, I can say this as many times on air as you want to. The guys that you have in that locker room, the leaders you have in the locker room, they know how to keep the noise out from the outside. But when it's pressure and you're getting asked the same question over and over, is Kyler Murray coming back? When's Kyler Murray coming back? Stuff like that. It can become a distraction because it can get you off your game.
We're going back to the second half. I got one last super chat to read from my guy, Izzy Fan, 1998, $2 at the game. Cardinals offense needs to pick it up. We'll pick it up with you guys live here from Gila River Resorts and Casinos at Wild Horse Pass. Come on out for the second half. We'll see you on the postgame show.
We all silly like the mayor.